RPVtv presents Studio RPV, the Peninsula's local news show with co-hosts Maria Serrao and Liz Brown Swanson.
Hello, and thanks for joining us today on Studio RPV. I'm Maria Serrao.
And I'm Liz Brown Swanson.
Liz, happy February. It's the month of love and Super Bowl.
Yes, and I have to say I do love you, Maria.
Oh, Liz.
This is the time where we love this month, and so much going on from Valentine's to Super Bowl Day.
That's right.
Your favorite time of the year.
It is my favorite holiday of the year, Super Bowl Sunday, of course, absolutely. Now, have you been watching the games leading up to the big game?
I have,
Okay.
and of course I've got red on, yes, for Valentine's, but also, is it going to be Kansas City? Is it going to be the 49ers? You know, actually, we know I'm from Boston. My team's the Patriots. You're a Cowboys fan.
Yeah.
Who are you rooting for?
You know, I am rooting for the San Francisco 49ers just because I like Christian McCaffrey, and it's been a few years since they've won one. In fact, I think it's been like a lot of years, so maybe it's time.
But they've won more than Kansas City. So
Except
I
if
don't
they're
know.
playing the Cowboys. No,
Yes,
no,
yes,
all
yes.
bets are off.
It's going to be a really good game. They're having
It
a very
should be.
small point spread too, right? It's expected to be a really exciting game.
It is.
And
Two very good coaches.
I was asking Mary this because, you know, she is our football princess, our queen, actually. Has she ever covered a Super Bowl? And she has.
I have. I actually covered two of them with the Rams. So in Atlanta, and then a couple of years ago, right down the street at SoFi Stadium. And then in the 90s, I was lucky enough to be given tickets to the Cowboys Buffalo Bills,
Your
where
team.
the Cowboys won, and it was so exciting. And yeah, so that was a lot of fun.
I was reading some trivia about Super Bowls, and when you mentioned that you were at the Rams, they were one of the only two teams in the NFL to actually be able to play in their
home stadium.
That's pretty
And do you
wild.
know who the other team was?
Tell me. Tell us.
The
Do tell.
Tampa Bay Buccaneers the
All
year
right.
before. So they were hoping the Raiders would three-peat this year, but no, in Vegas, it's going to be Kansas City and San Francisco.
You'll be watching from here. You're not going to Vegas.
Nope, I'll be watching it
No
from
Vegas,
here.
baby,
And
but
where
it's
will
going
you
to
be
be
watching
fun.
it?
I'll be watching it home
Okay.
with my husband, and stay tuned because later on my husband's going to show you how to make
know.
guacamole for
Yes.
the Super Bowl because he makes the best guac.
Yeah, our Super Bowl conversation is going to continue,
Yes,
that's
yes,
for
yes.
sure. But coming up next, we have a very special guest, or guests, I should say,
Yes.
coming up from Pedro Pet Pals. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Well, this is the month of love, Liz, and there's really no better way to express love than adopting a dog or a cat. And joining us right now to tell us how to do that is the president and CEO of Pedro Pet Pals, Teresa Sardisco, our old friend.
Yes.
It's so nice to have you here in studio.
Yes, thank you for having us. Thank you.
And
This is awesome.
Congratulations on 15th anniversary of Pedro Pet Pals.
Yes.
All you do with helping us
Thank
rescue
you. Yes.
cats and dogs in our community. So take it away and tell us all about it.
Tell us all about it.
Okay, well, let's see. Pedro Pet Pals started in 2009.
Okay.
And with the shelters basically needing help in the sense of products for, leashes, harnesses, materials, medications. So we started from there. We built 6 shelters prior to that with Jim Hahn. He was city controller, city attorney, and then the mayor. So he was able to make us $26 million shelters that had nothing. So here come Pedro Pet Pals.
Whoa.
And it's evolved from there. It started as that. So
What was your inspiration to do this personally?
seeing dogs at the old shelter in bad shape, people dumping dogs and cats and everything else, yeah. So since then, we've grown to not just supporting the shelter, supporting community pets. So we do free vaccinations, spay neuters. We have a dog groomer. We have other partners that make it happen. It takes a village.
Yes,
Of course,
absolutely.
You brought your village
Yes,
over to one of the
we're
Couple of them.
We're gonna
to the
meet that.
city council
Yes.
meeting.
Yes. Oh, yes.
Well, you were being honored for what your organization
Yes.
is doing as a
Right.
nonprofit.
Yes.
I'm just curious for somebody watching right now that wants to adopt a cat, a dog, or dog. How does that work? Tell them what to do.
Well, we have, we're the only cat lounge, I think in South Bay actually, other than Long Beach, I believe. So what they do is we get sheltered cats, or they get dumped, and we fix them up, get them medical help, and then they come down to our lounge. They run free. They can get adopted there, or there's people around in the lofts that can't have pets, so they come down and socialize.
Wow.
So it helps them with, we have a couple people with PTSD, and it really helps them cope, and they love it.
I visited the lounge, Maria,
Yes.
over the
The
weekend.
Hyla Marla
it's
Lounge.
in San Pedro, and
Yes.
it's fantastic. And I mean, I wanted to take all those kids.
I
So,
know,
mean,
that's the hard part.
Yes.
And there's troops of volunteers there too. They just
We're
love what they're
100%
doing.
volunteer.
Amazing.
Yeah, we have our building. We bought our building in right before COVID, or right during beginning of COVID. So we opened up our vet, low-cost vet, June 10th of last year. So that was good.
And
yeah.
I know you've been working with the city of Rancho Palos Verdes for a while now.
Yes,
Tell us about
they've
that.
been great. Oh, they've been awesome. They're really into getting animals out of the shelters and into homes. And we've had a lot of families. We do our adoptions here once a month, right here in the parking lot. Our bus is here Saturday and Sunday.
Okay.
And they're here, I believe it's 10 to 3.
All right.
So yeah, and we do pretty well, a lot of happy homes. So
How do you sort of check people out that want to adopt? Like, what is kind of the criteria?
Well, they look at the applications to be sure, and we have 2 people that really are specialty in that, because we can't really go do home checks, but they go off of references, so they make calls and that kind of thing. So we've had good luck, so everything's been so far so good.
And you said you were all volunteer based. How can
100%.
people get involved if they want to help out?
They could contact me directly, or they can go on our website.
Give us that.
It's pedropetpals.com.
Okay,
Yeah,
great.
so
I checked it out.
It's a great
Yeah.
website.
It's a great website.
Yeah,
Yeah.
or they can come down to the building. It's 395 West 7th Street.
And
our
that's
building.
called the Hilo Mero Center.
Well, the Hyla Mara Lounge is just the cat lounge.
Yes.
We have
Okay.
she was an actress that left a grant for someone to do something with cats, so we used that to open a cat lounge. That's what we did.
That's so
So,
great.
yeah.
Because people are so
But the
passionate
low
about
cost vet
animals.
is there too, so which is
Okay.
great. It's hard to find low cost veterinary care.
Yeah,
So,
I'm sure.
Yeah.
And I know you briefly talked about partners, and we're going to meet one of them in
okay.
in a minute. Tell us about how that works.
Because it took me many years, I actually started this in 1990, officially 2009.
Okay.
I've earned a lot of respect from the mayor all the way down actually to homeless, because we support homeless animals as well.
Okay.
And I only I'll pick one person I can trust for grooming, one person for rescues, because it gets crazy out there.
Yes.
And there's a lot of people that aren't in it for the right reasons. So I'm very particular about who I pick. I only pick one person for each, and I've never had a problem. For years, I've been partners with these
great.
people.
Right.
And then my family and friends also help out. You'll meet my niece.
Yes, we're going to meet your
Yeah,
niece
they all
and
get
another very
they all get
special guest.
recruited. Yes, they all get recruited. They
Her niece with her star rescue dog.
right,
We're
they're-
going to be
right.
meeting Harley.
Yes.
I'm gonna miss
They all
hanging
get
out with Harley.
voluntold. Yes. So there's no
nice.
volunteers, voluntold. So
Yes,
it's good.
yes.
Yeah.
All right, well, we're going to take one quick break, and then we're going to be back with some very special guests. You're watching Studio RPV. Well, Liz, you and I are now joined by some very special guests, and the star of the show, of course, is Harley, and we've got Victoria Sardisco. You are a volunteer, and I think you're related to Miss Teresa right here. And then we have Adrian Garcia, who is the dog groomer. Thank you all for being with us today and just telling us a little bit about how you got involved with Pedro Pet Pals. I'm going to start with you, Victoria.
Hello, I'm Teresa's niece, and she's the president of Pedro Pet Pals, and she always ropes me into volunteer or help out. But it's always been a joy, and watching dogs find homes, and really helping out, especially with the low-income clinic that she just opened. It really helps families, get affordable care for their pet. That's not always easy to come by, so it's very nice to have that available.
Victoria, you've adopted Harley.
Yes.
The dog is 5. Can you tell us quickly how that went for you and what it's been like to have Harley in your
Yeah.
family?
Definitely. Harley's been such a blessing, honestly. My aunt found her, or a couple of friends found her. She was dumped down by the warehouses in Pedro, and she was very skittish when she came home. She, would hardly eat and just was afraid. And over the last couple of years, she's really warmed up, and she's been a lovely dog, and she just gets along with our cats just fine. And she's been great. Yeah, and she's very smart too. Yeah.
Of course she is. She's a German Shepherd. They're all
So
smart, right?
So smart.
Yeah.
Yeah, I taught her how to use the buttons to talk. So she'll be like, hungry.
Wait, we need a button here in the studio. Maria. Time to talk. We'll bring Harley in to train us.
Yes.
She's very smart but very
Cool.
cute.
Aw. And then Adrian Garcia, you are a dog groomer that joined in with Pedro Pet Pals. How did you all become involved?
Well, I've been I own a mobile pet grooming business for, it's actually going to be going on 18 years next month, actually. And we own 7 trucks. And then we also opened up a location in downtown Pedro. But I met Teresa many years ago as a client, And from that point on, we became really good friends, and I started working very closely with her organization, and we teamed up and we started to groom the homeless dogs in our city. And then from there, we just kind of build a relationship where we work closely together, and I do anything she needs me to do, and my staff and my crew and my business are always there to help Pedro Pet Pal and other organizations like Animals Rules, so.
That's great, yeah. And
Yes, great.
it's awesome because you were talking about the fact that it takes a village, and you
Right.
need lots of people to help out, so.
Yeah, this is the most we've seen since I've been around as far as the shelter overcrowding, and that's why one of the reasons why my goal was to open a low-cost vet, because people were dumping dogs for ear infections that they couldn't afford to go to the vet, because they can afford, $80, $100, but when it starts getting to blood work, people couldn't afford it. So that was my goal from 2009, actually, to open up a low-cost vet that it prevents animals from being dumped, cats and dogs.
You mentioned right now, right here on our peninsula, there's probably 100 dogs that we could be taking home and giving them, spreading the
Yes.
love and the joy. And,
Yes,
and
we're overflowing, all
and
of them.
they can just go right into the shelter as well, right there on Gaffey Street in San Pedro. If they want to stop by and see you, you're also right here in San Pedro. And I just must think it is so heartwarming to know that you are taking there's nothing like what animals bring to us as human beings, right?
true.
That connection as a companion, and really it's just amazing what you do, and I'm so grateful.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you for having us here. I mean, we always like to get the word out on, pets and what we can do to help. Or
Are you on social media as well?
oh yeah,
Okay.
Yes, of course, of course.
Tell us about
Facebook it's just Pedro Pet Pals.
Okay.
Instagram it's Pedro Pet Pals. We
Okay.
have a social media team that volunteers, and her name is Kimberly Taylor.
Okay.
And Seth, they're out there and they're amazing. They're great. I mean,
Okay,
to
and
get the word out.
And then Adrian, yours is the dog groomer selfwash.com, is that right?
And that is correct, and also you can look at us up on Instagram just by the 310 Dog Groomers, and we're always posting stuff there. And then also, if you adopt a dog or rescue a dog from an organization as Pedro Pet Pals or Animals Rules, they also come with a free self-wash at my location. And also, and if you actually want a full grooming, we also pretty much pay half the bill for them just to welcome their new pets into their home.
All right, thank you guys so much for
Yes.
being here. You too, Harley, thank you for being here.
And
So
check,
good, look at that. Aww.
and do check out the city website
Yes,
too, because you're
please.
up here at City Hall once a month if you
Yes.
want to come and adopt a
adoption.
cat or
Yeah,
a
for
dog.
adoptions,
And
yes. And they've
give
got
up-
rabbits too, yes?
We don't bring them up, but the city shelter at 957 North Gaffey has a lot of rabbits we
Yes.
need homes for.
All right,
Yes.
very good.
Thank you all for what
Thank
you
you
do.
all for
Thank
being
you.
here, and we will be right back.
Welcome back to our celebration of love right here on
right.
Studio RPV. And there's not a better way to show your love than to get involved, help others. And I have to say, my coworker here, Maria, you've been very involved with the Easter Seals organization, Giving Back. Talk about what's happening. They have some initiatives going on during February.
They do. It's called the Month of Love, and Easter Seals help so many families worldwide, but Easter Seals Southern California helps people with disabilities, families that have children with autism, and they do such an amazing job. So for the month of February, the month of love, just go onto their website, and there's many experiences, we've talked about experiences before,
Right.
that you can bid on for two people to enjoy a dinner or going out somewhere or an event or just something special. So we just wanted to share that information with everybody.
Are you inviting me
just
to go out
bid.
on it? We'll have to go together.
Yes, and
Paige,
bid.
bid on one of those.
Yeah, we love things where we can go and shop, even
Yes.
if it's online. It
Yes.
helps out a great charity,
And
so that's even better.
An amazing organization and
Yes.
changing the lives of so many people.
Yes, it
and
really
obviously
does.
yours since you got involved.
Yeah, really, it just helps so many people, and we just like to spread the word. So yeah, so please go to get on there and help out. And we're just talking about the month of love, and of course, our own Terranea Resort, Liz. I know you
Who
had a
doesn't
chance
love
to
going
go over
there?
Absolutely, and they're doing a lot of fun stuff for Super Bowl and for Valentine's Day. Tell us more.
They have a lot happening, from dining experiences to a great place to pick up a gift and go shopping if you want a little Valentine's
Absolutely.
treat for someone in the family. And of course, Super Bowl. They are going to have the biggest screen, I think, on the hill right there. So let's get this
Go and
party
check it out.
started at
Yeah.
Terranea.
All right.
Okay, this is where I really want my office to be. I am at Terranea, of course, with my favorite resort manager, right? Nick, you've become a regular here. Nick Unterman, thanks for joining us. We have him here every month to tell us what is happening, and there's a lot going on for February, so share.
We are so excited for February, so many great things happening. We're going to start off with first some packages. A lot of packages are truly made for our locals, so if you go on our website, take a look. Some come with credits. We also have an extend your stay where you book 2 nights, get a complimentary free.
Nice.
So a little staycation for you.
Romantic getaway for Valentine's.
Yes, yes. We do have Valentine's Day packages as well.
Excellent.
All of those details and reservations also online. And then, of course, Super Bowl. We are so excited about Super Bowl. It's going to be our first time doing it to this level here. 40-foot TV. 40-foot TV, literally right behind us, ocean view. There's going to be prizes, there's going to be games. Super Bowl, of course, being hosted in Las Vegas.
Yes.
So to stick with the Las Vegas theme, we are going to have some casino tables. So casino tables, prizes. There's a few special prizes that I actually can't tell you about yet. I'm super excited about them. I'm going to see if I can even get in that raffle.
You're just so super anyway, so.
And then, of course, as you mentioned earlier, Valentine's Day. We have so much going on for Valentine's Day. Of course, Marcel, always a hit. If you haven't reserved, reserve now. It's going to sell out. We also have our Bubbles and Bites. So
Yes, we're showing a little bit of this sneak preview on display of Bubbles and Bite, right? You can talk about that.
We have, of course, Vouv is going to be served. We have these lovely chocolate boxes, including this heart sitting in front of you.
We're going to get to that eventually.
We are, which is filled with goodies. So we're actually going to break that open for you in a little bit.
It's going to break my heart right here on RPVtv.
I would never. I would never. And so Bubbles and Bites, we're also going to have live music, just really a ton of goodies. And if you haven't been to one of our live events with music, it's just good vibes.
Yes.
It's fun. Everyone's happy. Of course, great drinks. We have some great mixologists. All of our musicians are all local, so help support the local community of not only South Bay, but Los Angeles as well. It's a fun time. If you're looking for something to do, something to really make it unique and special, there's no better place in Terranea.
Right. Yes, now you can help support my sweet tooth. Look at this. They brought all this fun out. This is part of Bubbles and Bites. So the Bubbles obviously is the Vouv.
Yeah.
And this, Bites. So you've got this beautifully done by your pastry chef. This, just the detail.
Wonderful
You'll
array.
get that if you sign up for that event.
Yeah.
I'm going to
Let's
let you
see here.
serve up.
There was no rehearsal for this.
Yes, this
so
is.
we're gonna give it a shot here.
He's going to take a crack at my
You
heart.
want to do the countdown?
All right. In 3, 2, 1.
That worked.
That's amazing. That is sweet.
All
Look at
of
what you
these
get,
goodies,
these goodies.
Little cake pop here, couple truffles, some delicious cookies. So you can actually purchase these super unique, fun gift at Sea Beans, which if you haven't visited this month, it is full of red, full of hearts, full of Valentines for either that last minute gift or the gift ahead of time. Be proactive. Here we go.
You're ready to toast Terranea in February right here.
All right.
All right, here we go. Whoa! Happy February at Terranea. All right, thank you so much.
And Liz, right down the road at Trump National Golf Club, they are also doing so many fun things for Super Bowl, for Valentine's Day, and we always have fun when we go over there.
You have fun there any day of the year, and a great place to go with your loved one, especially on Valentine's or to watch the Super Bowl. Should we check it out and have a super time?
Let's do it.
Hi, this is Lily Amini, General Manager at Trump National Golf Club. I'm here with our Executive Chef, Peter Dente. We have 2 special events coming up. One is Super Bowl and one is Valentine's Day. And I'm going to toss it over to Chef to talk to you a little bit about both events. But let's talk about Super Bowl first. Why don't we? Chef, what do we have on tap for Super Bowl?
So we have our happy hour menu, which we're going to extend for the game, we have some great options on there for all football fans. We have our nachos, our sliders, chicken wings, chicken bites, chicken flautas, and my personal favorite, these French dip sliders.
French dip sliders are my personal favorite as well. So we'll be showing the game on our TVs in the Golfers Lounge. But let's now switch a little bit over to a little bit more of a formal event, our Valentine's Day dinner. Chef, this is going to be a special one. Tell us a little bit about it.
Absolutely. So we have a great 4-course menu for Valentine's Day. It's going to start with an oyster shooter. We're going to move into a choice of a duck confit salad or a lobster bisque with a sherry cream. After that, we have a choice of a bone-in filet or a pan-seared Hokkaido scallop. And we're going to finish it off with a very decadent chocolate layer cake.
Sounds super, super good. If you need more information about any events that are happening here at Trump National, please go to our website, trumpnationallosangeles.com. We highly recommend that you make reservations for Valentine's Day. So you can call our main line at 310-265-5000. But let's go back to Super Bowl. Chef, who do you want to win?
My mind is on Kansas City.
I'm 49ers. Although I'm a Miami Dolphin fan, I'm going to root for the Niners. Let's see what happens.
And Liz, it's not possible to have a Super Bowl party without guacamole, and not to be outdone, but your husband makes the best guacamole.
Yes. His guacamole, he'll tell you, as we're about to see, has 7 ingredients, and it's really probably not even 7 steps to get it chopping and going, and you like guacamole.
I love avocados, and you were telling me earlier that 20% of all avocado sales happen over Super Bowl weekend.
They sure do. That's the time that we're all getting together and we're making that delicious avocado dip, and I think that we consume over that weekend like 100 million pounds of guacamole or tons or whatever.
It's so delicious,
yes,
though.
I love it. So let's get chopping with Dawn.
Yeah.
Hi everyone, I'm Don Swanson, and it's Super Bowl season. Well, what do you do at Super Bowl? You have people over, and it's time to have some guacamole. And our recipe really just has 7 ingredients. First, of course, is avocados. We like the Haas variety avocados. The second is a red tomato. The third, white onion. And then the fourth is some lime juice. The 5th ingredient is diced green chilies. And the 6th ingredient is garlic salt. What's the 7th ingredient? Well, that would be chips, of course. You have to have chips to scoop up the guacamole and enjoy it. Well, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to start slicing. And you just want to cut it in half lengthwise and pop it open like this. I'm just going to do this with all 4 avocados. Now with your avocados, you want them to be a little bit softer. A ripe avocado is absolutely essential. Now, how do you remove the avocado pit? You take this and you just take a knife and you go right into the avocado like this, twist it, and there it is. And you just, I've got a little composting bowl here. I'm just going to drop it right in the composting bowl. And so you kind of got to make sure you don't slam your hand as you're doing this. I've got 4 avocados. Probably safest to go like that. Twist, comes right off. Just plop that in there. How do you get it out? The easiest way is just a nice, like a soup spoon like this. And you just nestle your soup spoon right next to the skin, and it really comes out quite easily. So we're just going to get all of these done, one after the other. What's next? I'm going to do onions next. I'm going to say that's about a half of this onion. I tend to make my onion a little bit on the chunky side. Oh, I said I was going to do half, right? So I might as well do that right now, right down the middle. And just go once, like this, like that. And now I'm going to start chopping this way. And there we go. Okay, next up is a tomato. It's good here to have a tomato that is pretty firm. Okay, so here, just going to drop that right in there, like that. We're going to move over to the diced green chilies. For 4 medium-sized avocados like we had, I'd say about a half a can of diced green chilies should be about right. So I'm going to use this right here. I'm just going to take that's about a half a can. Now it's time to mix these ingredients up. So we're just going to mix it up. You have to kind of decide how smooth you want it to be. I tend to be a chunky person when it comes to my avocados, and so I don't try to really make them super smooth. These are beautiful, soft avocados, so they're really easy to work with. So now what? Now we're going to add some salt, and that's garlic salt, and we're also going to add our lime. You know, it's to taste, of course. I'm going to guess 2 teaspoons here, and the next thing I'm going to add is my lime juice. To add the limes, the key thing is you want to find a soft one. To soften it up even further, you want to roll it. And I like to take my heel and really roll it firm on a cutting board. And when you do it, the juice is released. So take a knife, cut it in half, and just take that juice and get that out of there. This is probably going to be a 1 lime recipe. There we have it, 6 ingredients. Just have to mix this up. The final mixing, we're going to put it in a nice serving dish for our guests. Probably a good idea to put a piece of saran wrap tightly over the avocado, and what it'll do is it'll keep it from getting oxygen on it, and that'll really keep it fresh and green and not turn brown. So, time for a taste test. Here's guacamole, and I hope you enjoy the Super Bowl. It's a winner.
Now, Liz, I've seen Don make that 1,000 times, but now I'm hungry.
I know, and I'm sorry we
So
didn't bring you
good.
any chips and guacamole, but it would never even made it out of my kitchen.
I'm sure it didn't. That's what happens.
Listen, before we start to wrap it up, we have some really exciting news to share with the community.
Yes.
Rancho Palos Verdes has now inaugurated its very first official Youth Advisory Committee.
right.
These are 7th graders to 12th graders, all Rancho Palos Verdes students from different schools.
And they're very serious about this, too,
Yes,
as
they're
you're gonna
future
see.
leaders,
That's right.
and they really want to help shape the future of our city. And our Carlos Rivera was so great, our station manager, to be there for when they got sworn into office and take the oath.
That's right, so let's take a look.
Hello, I'm CN Rivera here at the Ken Dida Civic Center with some very exciting news. On January 29th, the City of Rancho Palos Verdes' first ever Youth Advisory Committee was sworn into office in the community room before family and friends. The 13-member committee is comprised of middle and high school students who live in RPV and attend Peninsula schools.
My name is Braden Maloney, and I go to Palos Verdes Peninsula High School, and I want to serve on this committee to represent the youth and make their voices heard.
Hi, I'm Nikita Kapoor, and I go to Miralles Intermediate School. I decided to be part of the Youth Advisory Committee because I realized that kids' voices aren't heard. Not many people take our ideas seriously, and I think that maybe if I'm part of this, I can help share a few of their ideas and make sure that everyone gets a chance to share their voice.
Hi, my name is Evan, and I currently go to Chadwick School in Palos Verdes Peninsula, and I decided to join the YAC of RPV because I wanted to know more about how our local government works and know about the ways that I can contribute to it and make it a better place.
Hi, my name is Sydney Arvanchi. I go to Palos Verdes Peninsula High School, and I want to serve on the Youth Advisory Committee, not to just learn more about my school and school district, but my city as a whole.
I'm really excited. This is a monumental day in our city's history. This is the first meeting of our Youth Advisory Committee. The Youth Advisory Committee was formed by our city council with the intention of engaging our youth and making sure that we get their vision and insights on the work of the city.
What an amazing group of individuals. The Youth Advisory Committee is comprised of members of our youth that either attend one of our local intermediate schools or our local high schools. And they've all come together. They've gone through the interview process and were selected by the city council. And they're here to actually represent and be the voice of our community and our youth, and to share with us as a city to do and to consider as we move forward into the future.
Congratulations goes to our new Youth Advisory Committee. And I suspect we'll have some future leaders coming out of this group. I'm CN Rivera for RPVtv.
This is so exciting to see these future leaders. You know, there's so much opportunity for them to bring their vision to our city.
Absolutely.
I'm sure you were a leader back in the day.
I was a cheerleader, as were you.
I was a cheerleader and on the student
wrong with
council, but go team.
Absolutely. All right, well, that's all the time that we have for today. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm Maria Serrao.
And I'm Liz Brown Swanson. Have a great February out there. Spread the love.
Happy Super Bowl.